It says, I am is the activity of life. How strange it is that students with sincere interest do not seem to get the true meaning of those two words. When you say and feel I am, you release the spring of eternal everlasting life to flow on its way unmolested. In other words, you open wide the door to its natural flow. When you say I am not, you shut the door in the face of this mighty energy. I am is the full activity of God. The first expression of every individual, everywhere in the universe, either in spoken word, silent thought, or feeling, is I am, recognizing its own conquering divinity. The student, endeavoring to understand and apply these mighty yet simple laws, must stand guard more strictly over his thoughts and expression, in word or otherwise. For every time you say, I am not, I cannot, I have not, you are, whether knowingly or unknowingly, throttling that great presence within you. That spark that is within you, that is within all of us, that you're attempting to grow to a higher place, is called I am. That is your name. That is who you are. The most significant things that Jesus says in the New Testament, and he refers to the God before Abraham as I am in the book of John. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the light. I am encouraging you here tonight, I am, to say the words, I am, and place them into your imagination and live from them as if they were your reality, independent of what your senses tell you, independent of what any evidence tells you, independent of anything other than knowing that you are God. That is your name every time you say it. And watch yourself when you begin to say, I am unhappy, I am unlucky, I am poor. And you notice my opening words were, I am well. I am perfect health. I don't go and have my blood checked any longer. I don't care what any numbers say. I am well. And when you get this, when you're able to begin to realize that this isn't a blasphemous statement making you better than someone else, I am is just the name of God, which is the name of love. And when you live from that, you have the capacity to attract it into your life. So I had mentioned at the beginning that there are these principles. I'm going to just go through them in just 2 minutes. They are each a chapter in the new book. One is called your imagination. Your imagination is the greatest gift that you've ever been given. You place into your imagination anything that you would like to create for yourself and place it in there as an I am. The second of these principles is called living from the end, so that you begin to get into the awareness, like Anita learned in her near-death experience, that you are already what it is you are placing into your imagination. And you ignore the evidence of your senses, of what it says on the internet, of what the doctors tell you, of anything at all. Whatever it is, what person you want to become, you must first expect it of yourself. And then you must become it by placing it as an I am. I am well, I am prosperous, I am in possession of the job that I want, I am in a happy relationship, I am whatever it is that you would like to attract into your life, you live from the end. In the book of Romans, there's a quote there that says that he calls things that do not exist as if they did. That's the God you have to become. Call whatever it is that you would like in your life as if it already existed. The third of these I call assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled. We go from an intellectual act of placing something into our imagination. We live from that place, and then we assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. The feeling is the subconscious mind. When you begin to feel in your body what it is that you have placed as a reality, you go past the intellectual act and move into the area of manifestation. You begin to feel yourself as divine love. You feel yourself as prosperous. You feel it and live from that inner energy place within. And then I call the fourth chapter on this attention. Where do you place your attention? When the subject matter of what it is that you would like to create and attract into your life comes up, what do? You know, for the first time in my life, I've been given an iPad. My kids went out and bought me an iPad and asked me to join the 21st century. So I now have an email and an iPad, which I've never had before. But there's a wonderful thing on it. It's called Trash, which I didn't even know what that was, but I think, what a great concept. Let's introduce it in life, you know, so that anything that comes at you that you don't like, you just push this button, and not only does it go into the trash, but you get to watch it. Anything at all. So that's like a great image for you to have, the trash image. That when someone says you can't do that, oh, I had a best friend who had what you had and they died of that. Or you can never, with your luck and without, this isn't going to work out for you, and no, it'll never happen for you. So you have placed into your imagination what it is you would like to attract into your life, who you would like to become. I'm not talking about stuff here now. I'm talking about the person you would like to be, the fulfilled, dynamic God that you are, that you came from, that you will return to. You place that into your imagination, and every time any information comes at you, you have two choices. One is called objective, and the objective choice that you have when someone says something to you, you say to yourself, I am prosperous, I am going to have the job I want, I'm going to be happy, I'm going to be healed, whatever it is that you have as an I am, and someone says it can't happen, right into the trash it goes. If it's objective, you buy into it, and you change your mind, and you give up on it. If it's subjective, the only thing you do is you go back to what you have placed into your imagination, which is the greatest gift that you've ever been given. And the last thing I want to say about these principles, all of which are a chapter and will be a big component of the public television special coming up, is, I call it in the book, I call it Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep. And this is the most practical thing I can say to you tonight that you've been here. And that is the last 5 minutes of your day, tonight, when you get into your bed, wherever you are. How are you going to use the last 5 minutes before you enter into your subconscious mind? Your subconscious mind is that place from which all of the things that you do, the 96 or 97% of the things that you do that I talked about at the beginning of tonight's presentation are going to be determined. So here is the book of Job, 33. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men, while slumbering in their beds, then he opens their ears, the ears of men, and seals their instructions. Opens your ears and seals your instructions while you sleep. The last 5 minutes that you are awake, your subconscious mind is waiting for you, and it is most comfortable in your unconscious state. And in that unconscious, subconscious place, you begin to give new suggestions to your subconscious mind, because it just responds to suggestions. And your subconscious mind, this mind that directs everything in your life except for the few things that you have to think about, it can't make a distinction between what you are feeling as a result of the thoughts that you have or what is actually happening to you in your life. So if you're feeling sad, depressed or hurt or miserable or stressed or anxious or afraid, if you're feeling those things, your subconscious mind is just taking that information and programming your habitual mind to attract more of exactly what it is that you do not want. And you'll continue to do this until you change what suggestions you offer to your subconscious mind. The best place to do that is the last 5 minutes before you go to sleep. Most people get into their beds, and close their eyes, get ready to go to sleep, and And they go over all the crappy things that happened all my life. He shouldn't have done that, he wouldn't have that, I don't have any money, I'm too fat, I'm never going to lose this weight, when I went and had ice cream again, there I go again, doing the same damn thing that I've always said before. He yells at me, he never has any respect for me, I never have any money, we're never going to get ahead of this. That's Wayne Dyer, he can say all he wants to, but that isn't what I mean. On and on and on and on goes this inner dialogue, all of which is telling you that you're just about to marinate now for the next 8 hours in your subconscious, unconscious mind, which when you awaken is going to say, oh, you want more shit in your life? Wait till you see what I got for you today.